Okay, so in this video, we're going to be cleaning up the contract version of our comment section. So we're going to be first getting in the replies. Don't have the add reply function added in. But aside from that, we can go ahead and get our contract switcher in, which will allow us to switch our IDL files for different versions of our contract. That will also get in our comment section progress bar for making accounts and making comment sections before it's actually okay to post. And let's see, this should still work to some degree, even though I don't have probably the right one posted. We also want to get our toasts and the confirmations and failure messages for the user so that they will attempt to fail that comes to look for and that doesn't exist. But yeah, we should get some messages and some information to the user so that they'll can have some idea of what's happening or if the transaction was actually successful or not. So, okay, so first thing that we can do, our reply button isn't working. Also, the edit and delete button's not there, and this one's ours. It should be working. Okay, had to reset the data and see what was what, assess some things, but okay, so let's go ahead and fix our edit and delete button. That'll be pretty easy to fix. If we go to our comment action bar, there's some comparison being done to the connected wallet address string and the props, the post owner address, but this post owner address is actually a public key. It's not a string, so we have to do to base capital B 58, use that function on a public key, and that'll give us a string. We have this where it says not equal to connect wallet. Really, it should be I would think it should be the system program, because that is how we would tell that nothing was connected. Right, let's see, if we disconnect, does it go? It doesn't, so it's not good enough. So let's say system program. I don't think that should be that way. It might have been copied from something. I know the system program is somewhere imported in one of these. There it is. Do this in the comment action bar. Semicolons from the old local storage. Okay, try this. Okay, and now we can't reply because there are a bunch of ones. We're not connected, but if we were connected, then we could reply. And we're gonna since we got the database, we can reply to ourselves. So that's a bug that was fixed. Also, seeing there's another bug, like where this transaction goes through, but it doesn't clear this out. Should be fairly easy to fix that. If we go to add comment, when we add a comment and we call our function, we just want to say message that value equals an empty string. So like this is only if this function is successful, because if it bombs and jumps out of it, we wouldn't get here. So the fact that it would clear out kind of lets us know that it went okay. Second comment. And that flash as well, we could do something about that. See, and then it clears out and it should come, but that's, I think, just because when we hit it, we're doing an emit immediately, huh? No, I don't see no emits, but that, yeah, here it is, emit add comment. The moment we click it, we don't want to do that, and we don't want to listen for it. Okay, where is that? Where we're in add comment. Who are we emitting this to? To the comment section or something. Add comment. So is it also calling something? Let's see, what is it doing? Yeah, get comment list. It's trying to use that function, so we don't need to do that. We will get the comment list when we get the comment list, when the listener goes off, like we talked about, when the comment section post count goes up. So we don't need that. So I think that should get rid of that flash. Third comment. No, it's still flashed. Cancel. Why? Okay. Add comment and add comment. 88. Too many parentheses. Click this add comment. Okay, now there comment. No flash. Okay, no flash that time. So it didn't flash. Doesn't flash when it goes through. It should only flash when it updates because it'll empty it out and then fill it back up. So that's looking cleaner and it emptied itself out. Okay. And that worked. Okay. Okay, so now that's working. We got our edits and our replies. I guess getting in the contract switcher would be fairly simple. So we can go ahead and get that in. We already have like a good portion of it, right? Like if we go to our workspace file, we have this and we just weren't using anything to use idle 1 or idle 2. So let's just go ahead and make a second idle file, or call this one 2 and call the first one 1. And that'll allow us to switch between versions of contracts, and then we can see what that's like. So now we got chat 1, chat 2. I'll call this one idle 2. Okay. And then we'll set it when we call this, which we call this inside of our main function, main.ts. And we weren't filling in anything, but really we should be getting the value from local storage, which we'll set when, this gets reset whenever you refresh and the application first starts. But we can set the value in local storage and then refresh with the contract switcher basically. So we come here into this main, we are just getting the values from local storage that had already been set. Yeah. And we just want this one, the selected. Well, let's just get both of them. Not going to use both of them, but that's true. We don't even have the other workspace, so let's just get the chat one. We get this from the local storage. We feed that into our init chat workspace. In the chat workspace, it'll take the version. Right, if it doesn't get anything, it would return a 0, which would be the first index. Okay, so now we actually need our contract switcher, which is not too complicated. It's in components, smart contracts, contract switcher. And looking at it, it's basically this. It has a header. Some more header is a button with more of our drop downs that we've been using with the ion popovers. Basically, it's buttons. Link to Margin.fi, to their repo and their setup docs. But yeah, and this basically, when you click it, it'll set the value in local storage, and then it'll reload, refresh the page, right? This is doing a lot, a lot more, I guess, but there's other stuff. We don't need all of that. And you have the chat contracts and all of this stuff. And when it's mounted, it's basically trying to get what's actually selected. It needs to figure out what's selected when it's mounted from local storage or not. Just set it to 0, basically, for both the chat and M4A. We got this. And this is just basically arrays of the text that we would show based on which index. So this is version 1, beta, version 2. So based on the index that we got out of local storage, that is the string that would be displayed on the button. Nothing too complicated there. We got listings and hash map for, usernames and stuff that we're not getting into. Protocol stats. Not going to need most of that. I don't even know if we'll deal with the CEO account going through this stuff. And we have our watchers on unmounted where we have to kill our watchers and the username stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to touch any username stuff right now. But yeah. And this is to set the selected, which feeds in an index number based on which button you push. If index is equal to that value equals false, return. I guess so. If the value was the same value, we don't do anything basically. If you're selecting the same contract, we're already on one. It'll just return and close and not refresh and do anything. As clicking version 2 will cause a refresh and stuff. But that's all that's doing. That's what that return and check is for. And then it sets the value in local storage, closes the popover, sets the text value to the selected index, and I guess so that you can see it, and then it reloads the window. So nothing special. It does that for both contracts. We got our open popovers, and got our listeners listening to different PDAs, right? Listening to PDAs, which we've kind of talked about. And then there's some styling. Yeah, aside from not talking about any username stuff, I think we covered everything that we really need to cover anyway, so I think that's good enough. Just go ahead and throw it in there. Components, contract switcher, and then this thing ends up in our app on the main file. Go ahead and import this. And then we need to throw it into our menu, really. Shouldn't be nothing too special. And you got this stuff as well. I guess could just grab this whole thing and put it under our list and our content. Import ion text. Okay. Looking for M4A Protocol. I guess in the contract switcher, we got to get rid of that stuff that we're not gonna use at the moment. No M4A Protocol anything at the moment. I wonder if I could leave that stuff just so the button's there. So it's trying to import, right, from M4A Protocol view, which we don't have. For sure, none of that. And then we'll have a bunch of stuff that's red. Yeah, no, we're not listening for any of that. Not doing any of that. Just chat stuff. None of that. None of this stuff. Just enough to get by. Listening. Listening for M4A Protocol stuff. Or M4A Protocol stuff that we don't need. Where is that at? Right, we did also take care of that here, but don't have to worry about that for this tutorial. Let me just get rid of this. Probably cause errors somewhere else. So you got red down here. Up here. One shot. Inside of the anchor workspace. I said chat 1 and chat 2. Not this way. Okay, what's the problem? The requested modules. Get chat. Okay, contract switcher 44. Again, I using that one. Are we still using? I guess we're still using these somewhere. I mean, yeah, just gonna ignore a bunch of that stuff for that right now. With the CEO account and whatnot. Since we're not dealing with it. Are you done being angry? Gosh, that took forever. Okay. The styling is ugly. Why? And there's no highlight or anything going on. Um, Hopefully it actually switches and works, but okay, why? This has a flex center column on it. I could just throw the flex center column on it, I guess. But it seems like it should already be centered. What's going on in here? Underlying nothing. Okay, so if we go to here, we just put this on a div. Try hitting it with a flex center column. See that. Where'd all the stuff go? Put it in the divs again. The buttons disappeared. Class equals flex center column. Feel that's centered. I guess the selected class is what's not working. Okay, let me figure that out real quickly. Okay, looking at it, looks like it's just an issue of the button shadow missing. In here, I have in the main party government variable called button shadow, and it's just set. And it seems like it's just used for this inside of the app. Yep, just for the contract switcher. Okay. Light green for MA. Oh, wait. See, did I go ahead and put this down yet? So inside of our app, down here, to the button shadow, want light green there. We'll see if there's any other bugs. Light green for MA. I know this isn't quite gotten the same, and I think it is causing a problem, but we'll deal with it later. This is on mount, this is on navigation. Okay. We'll put it there. This is a color, put the color menu index under. So those two, sky blue for POI, and light gray for about. And nothing doesn't appear on the Jesus menu. Okay, now we got our highlight colors. Cool. Kind of got the sight line on the side of it, but yeah. I guess we could go ahead and see if this works. So we have these two contracts that are exactly the same. I'm going to go ahead and build one, and then we'll try adding, build another one, and we'll try adding a comment to that and see what happens. So, just deleting the target to make sure that we get a different program ID and anchor build, which will take a while because we deleted the targets. Okay, so that built, now we can do anchor deploy. Solana test validator is running, our logs are still running. The test validator is the one that's important. New program ID, put that in, put it in for a new test address, even though we're not testing. We gotta build again, but this will be quick. And then anchor deploy. So now we get to take this one, and this will serve as our second IDL. Okay. So now we got our chat too. So let's go ahead and test it out, see if that's working. So we refresh. So we're here. But if we switch to version 1, we see our other comments. Switch to version 2, we have none. Let's see if we can get some comments in there. Gotta create the comment section. Gotta post, but really need to wait for the comment section to be ready. That's why I need that progress bar. Okay, second contract comment. Thing was listening and printing out some stuff. We'll get rid of that comment full list stuff. You just start getting rid of some of this stuff. That test one for all of them. Console.log. Okay. Okay, so now we have the second comment and we switch to version 1. And we see our other comments and we switch to version 2. And it should reload and we should see, yep, we see those comments. So, something to say about this. So we'll have different versions for iContracts, and that's mostly going to be because M4A Protocol will never, ever, ever use what are known as upgradable contracts. Something that you can see that here on the explorer.solana.com for looking through the blockchain explorer. I'll have that under the video, but if you go to custom RPC URL, that'll actually connect us to our local host. And then we can put in our program ID and actually get some information on the stuff that we're doing. But you see here what's important where it says upgradable. Yes, the contract is currently upgradable, as it may not to be for these test ones, but that means that the authority, the address that is actually deploying the contract, which is like an anchor, we can change that to be our CEO address or any address, but currently this wallet has the authority and they could upgrade the contract if they wanted to. That means they could basically change it, right? Which sounds like the dumbest thing in smart contract. This sounds like this is something you shouldn't be able to do.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
But I think it's something that Dev says, like, oh, because we don't want to have to redeploy and do all this stuff. It does cost money to deploy your contract, but it just makes an environment where you have to trust the person even more, which is already something that is hard enough. So M4A Protocol will never use upgradable contracts ever. So just wanted to get that out there. Yeah, I could say more about that and some experiences, but maybe for another time. So at least, okay, so now that is working. All of our links should just be working to Marginify. Yeah, so that's working. Okay, now to actually get our replies going, we actually need to make some changes to our smart contract. It's still the bad contract, but we should make some changes to make it even simpler. I actually got too carried away with it. We don't need a reply account. It's only making things more complicated at the moment, but we can just have a pub parent ID on the comment, and that's how we'll know if it's a reply, basically. Should be parent underscore ID like that. Okay. Okay, well, so when we do post a reply, we'll have a comment, and we have these variables that represent them, but this is just a comment still. Still a comment. And again, it's still comment index. The index will be feed, and then get the previous comment, the comment section name, and then we get the new comment, which is of type reply. Which no, it should still just be a comment. There are no reply accounts, so the C's would be exactly the same now. Yeah, okay, and I think that should do it for that. But our reply, our parent ID should be the comment index. Okay, plus one. So all that's still the same. But it is just an account of comment now, just to keep that simple. Also something that I think that I had missed in here, like the comment here, when we post a reply, we should be increasing the comment. This needs to be mutable. When we post a reply, the previous comment needs to have this reply count go up, so it should be mutable. You can see in comment we do have reply count. So we would want to increase that when we call our post reply, which I think I might have done off camera. But yes, we need to increase that reply count. So yeah, I think that'll do it, and that'll make things simpler, just having the comment in the comment section, just so that we can get everything in now and everything going. Okay, I mean, if we're going to revisit our tests, I mean, what's different? I guess when we post a comment and a reply, this I think is still the same. When we were fetching this, it's still a comment. There's no longer a reply PDA, so that is the one thing, I guess. There are no reply accounts. So maybe you should just call it account PDA and just call it a. I mean, I'd still call it a reply here, but yeah. So maybe call it a post PDA. Make that a var. Okay, we would have to kill our validator for this. Well, so if we had the Solana test validator running and then we tried to run anchor test, we would get a message that the connection was already taken, basically. So if we wait for this to finish connecting, and also when we kill our test validator, it also kills Solana logs. So now if we try to do anchor build, let's see, okay, size of, so some issues. There is no size of reply anymore. It should be size of comment. Okay, anchor test. Make sure it still runs. Right. Yeah, see, you're configured. Our PC port 8899 is already in use, so we have to come and kill our Solana test validator, and then we can run anchor test. Still like 5 each. So no, that still works fine, and it still gets everything fine. So I think that this will make things simpler for us for now. We just have the comment account. Okay, so now we gotta, if you want to do a deploy, we have to have our Solana test validator running again. But yeah, I think probably good to kill the target and just redo that again. So I'm gonna go ahead and rebuild that and get new contracts out. So anchor build, and this will take a while, but see you after it's done. Okay, now that's done. Get our anchor deploy. Get our new. Okay, so this is an important error. When you see this, I'm pretty sure that even deleting the target will not make it go away. The only way when it's stuck like this, when you go to deploy, Control C, seems to be to kill the Solana validator, and this will be a very important command. You do the Solana -test validator and with a -R for reset. But this will also reset everybody's money as well, and you'll also have to They'll also have to, yeah, re-airdrop everybody money. But when I run that, I typically like to kill it and then press up for the last command and get rid of it and run it again. That way I don't accidentally press up and reset everything again, because that would be pretty shitty. Let's see. I don't have to rebuild everything again, do I? Now I just have to run it. Run it. We'll get a new program ID, but everybody will need new money again. To put that in there. This test one that don't matter. Anchor build. Do our Solana logs as well. Should be running. Anchor build. Anchor deploy again. Okay, let's go replace our second chat contract, since that's one we're currently on. But we should get an error about being broke. It doesn't really say that we're broke, but this way it means create comment section. Do this. We confirm transactions have been valid. Attempt to debit an account, but found no record of a prior credit. So we copy this, and everybody's broke. Go ahead and font edge. Solana airdrop cancel to that guy. And now we go to create it. And that's fine. Okay. Edge comment. Go to post a comment. Program ID add comment 172. Get rid of all the stuff. 172. Look at all this other stuff that we're not using. That's the local storage version. We'll have a branch. We won't really need that. 172 down there somewhere. That import was doing this other stuff that's not happening anymore. Creating the comment section. Let's see what other console.log. This was adding the comment. Don't need that. Okay, so we got a comment. So now we need to really try to get our replies to work. Edge reply. I don't even think that we have a function in there actually, and that just closed and did nothing, but it closed and blah blah. So okay, so we need to fix that. So in the comment, the bottom of the comment, the horizontal and vertical at the bottom is a section for the reply section, right? We have this function called post reply, right? And this should be very similar to our add comment. And we can follow our add comment down to the definition that we had used previously. Gives us a nice, good format to use. So then our comment, or we're posting our reply. So none of this local storage stuff anymore. We do not need to emit add reply anymore. No local storage anything. Timestamps, that's all in the contract. We do want to set these, implying the false, and set the message. But we don't need to emit add reply. This needs to be an async function. And this should be post reply, right? Post reply. And we need to also, I think we also need the comment ID, and I think that actually comes from first props.id is it? We'll say, and then, yeah, just the ID, because the, the comment that we're applying to, its ID will become the parent ID of the reply. Okay, so now we have that. We need to actually import our Anchor program stuff. Let's throw it down there. Trying to jump to it. Okay, so that is that. We don't need to emit add reply. Now when the reply comes, the comment list is listening already. So let's see. So that on the comment list, the add reply that we're emitting, we can just get rid of that because we don't want it to do anything. Cool. So yeah. Okay. So I think seems like it. We've already redeployed the other contract. So let's see if this works. Reply edge reply. Sometimes it takes a moment to pull up the thing. What does it say? Message is not defined. Okay, that's not right. So, in our comment, we post our product have message that valued. It's not message that valued. It's like reply message. So, the wrong V model. Now, edge reply. Okay, get our wallet up. Okay, account cause byte comment. Okay, so we're passing in the ID, but it should really be the index of the comment. That is what the seed actually is, right? I think we've talked about that. So I think we just need to do this ID -1, and that'll give us the index to get the proper seeds. Come back to our before we make a comment. It's yeah, the comment section name, right? With the comment section post count index, which becomes because it starts out at 0. The first seed is 0, so it starts at 0. So we just did the -1. Let's try this again. Edge reply. One of these days. That looks like that worked. Go check our Solana logs. Said it's supposed to be streaming. I see nothing. It looked like it worked, but it didn't clear anything. If it had been successful, it should have cleared this stuff out. Right? Reply message and replying, so that should have. Okay, maybe something else is wrong. Definitely updated the right code. Let's see. Reply, edge, reply, because if it's successful, it should continue and it should clear that stuff out. Confirm. I see nothing. I didn't see this, so. All right, well, let's see. Console.log here too. And I'm not seeing any messages come up on the Solana log, so that's also kind of weird. I should have seen something, didn't I? Print out something for posting the reply. Yeah, it should be printing something. Has to still be running. Okay. So we have these things. Let's see if we get refresh and see if we get anything in the our console window. Edge reply. So got here one. No here two. But no errors either. So that is. Are we not awaiting it? Is that the problem? Let me see. No, we are awaiting it. Methods, chat, post reply. And it was able to figure out the comment for as far as I know. But yeah, the fact that it's not getting past it seems weird and unexpected. Oh, transactions not confirmed 30 seconds. It is unknown if it succeeded or failed. Okay, so I think that I had already reposted this thing, but let me see. Second comment. Let me see if this works and if this. Oh, geez, I canceled it. if this works and if this sends a message or not. This did not go. Maybe I need to redeploy my contract. It's just been messing with too much. But I know that I reworked it. I thought that I had already redid it, so I'll go ahead and I will delete the target, build it, deploy it, get the new program ID in, and yeah, I thought I had already done that and threw it into the second chat IDL, but I will go ahead and try that now. Okay, so again, I deleted the target and build it, but I'm getting this error again, and that means that I'm going to have to use the Solana test validator reset. That's the only way that I seem to get past that. And we do that, we're going to have to refund all of our wallets with the Solana airdrop command. So now we do anchor deploy, and now it should work. Get past that finalizing issue, so it gets past that. I like to kill this thing and go up and get rid of the R and run it again. That way I don't accidentally end up erasing everybody's money again, because, yeah, I don't really like having to fund them again. Now, Solana logs. So that's running. Get deployed. We have this new program ID. Come in here, replace it in here, replace it in our test anchor toml file, which we don't really need right now, but we're doing it anyway. Build it again, anchor build. Very good. We add a new IDL file and anchor deploy. We go here, copy this, throw this in. We're still using the second one as far as I know. Refresh. So let's see if we can, we have no money. Copy address. On this first tab, Solana airdrop cancel. Got it. Edge. Comment. Go. What do you mean? Edge. There wasn't something else I changed, was there? Okay. Reached maximum count for comment. At the add comment, well, I didn't change anything there. That should have still been the same. Well, this is exactly what you can expect, right? This is how it be. That comment. I mean, yeah, and it gets its own ID. Got the comment section name. There's really nothing else that gets passed into this. I didn't undo the. Oh gosh. Well, that was just dandy. I didn't actually undo that wallet name stuff. I don't think, right? Now that Soulflare's still there, so what's the actual issue this time? Okay. Oh, we need to. The comment sections seeds is also based on the comment section. The comment is because the comment belongs to a comment section. It's because we don't have a comment section. That's why. That is definitely why. And that's why we need to have a bar that changes and makes you do each thing one step at a time. That's what that's for. Okay, so now I have to actually wait until the comment section is ready. We'd have a wait for that, and we can do that when we get into the progress bar and stuff. Okay, so that posted successfully. Let's check our logs. Get new comment. Let's see if we can actually get our reply in when it comes up. Reply, edge, reply. Alright, that actually worked. Now we need to actually get it to appear, which would be simple enough. Let's see if that number at least comes up for the reply count. Nope. Well, okay. It does come up here as a number. And the edge comment and edge reply are under it. And the edge reply is there. So we need to go fix that. But on the right track. Whereas, oh right, you don't even have this open anymore. Open folder. Here. Get to our comment list. And once we fix that, it should be good. Okay, so, how we're actually getting the comment data. Right, the only time, like in the comment list, where this should be rendered is if, the ID matches. Because that means that it belongs here. Uh, so the parent ID, because we did go back and update this, the parent ID on the that's being fed in is still undefined, but we need to treat that as 0, or maybe we should just feed in a 0 instead. That might be a better idea. So that they would match. The comment list, the first one is in the comment section, so we would just want to feed in, right, just the parent ID, right? So if you go to a comment in the bottom of its HTML and its template, yeah, just parent ID, we would just feed in 0, and that'll be simple enough. And it's got all this stuff in it. Clean it up a little bit. I think that because the test validator is running, that it's making my voice even choppier, because the test validator takes up a lot of memory around. But also my graphics card is old, but it just seems like those are unrelated. But yeah, I'm sure it has something to do with it. 0. So now we just feed in a 0 for the parent ID, and so now in the comment list, we just want the parent ID has to match. And that's how we know that it belongs to that comment list. Okay, so we only want to push if comment dot parent ID is equal to props dot parent ID. They have to match. That's the only reason that we would be pushing it, and I think that should be good enough. Oh shit, that is perfect. Awesome. Because the comments on the top level, right? They have by default they have a parent ID of 0, because they don't start out undefined in Rust. They start out with a value. So they start out at 0. So we feed in a 0 to this comment list of the main comment list section and all the other ones. Yeah. Just kind of go down. Wait for that second edge comment. There it is. And our reply is there, but it is not indenting properly. And also, it seems like, let's see if the order is being messed up now. Edge, third comment. Because now we might have to do a little extra to get the order, to be in the order that it happened. But let's see. And try it. Edge, fourth comment. That looks like it's yeah. And it's saying show oldest to newest. But this is already, oldest to newest. So I think it's actually backwards. But in that case, we could probably just reverse the list. Actually, no, this is not working at all anymore. So that is broken. So maybe something a little more going on with that. But our indent's not working, so we need to fix that. Right over this way. So we had like types and stuff that we were feeding, and I was pretty sure that this was being used to set the class right in the comment list. So the comment list. Oh, if it equals undefined. So if this equals 0, then it'll never equal undefined. Okay, I guess that fixed it. Cool. So it's at least formatted right. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, and it also looks like that when we fixed our our section types with the classes in there. But that also fixed our switching, I guess, because the switching does happen on the comment list, so it needs to be proper. So yeah, and this actually all is in the right order. It's naturally in the right order because we are using the comment index, right? As we shuffle through these, so it would just naturally be in the order that they were created in, just given the way that we're using the seed phrase for that. But we're not going to be using the comment index later. We're going to be using a user post count, right? And then I think we'll have to do something special. We'll have to just pre-sort the list basically by the IDs beforehand. Right. So with that covered, I mean, yeah, and we got our replies going. You can go ahead and test reply edge. Well, let's have somebody else do it just to test it out. Of course. And this person will have no money. Copy. Come here. Solana airdrop and okay. What's gone on? Refresh. Oh, are we on the right contract? Version 2? Shoot, because we were not on the right contract version. Okay, and let's reply to Firefox reply to reply. Um, uh, more than fire we get it closed, so although watch on edge for it. And probably don't want that. Well, whatever. And this one, it's fine. And there we see it. There's Firefox's reply, and they have their address. Okay, so all right. So we are still missing the ability to edit and delete, but we're going to be changing the way that we're doing the contract anyway, so that it can be a good contract. So we'll just wait until we get to making a good contract. So uh, we'll stop here. But before we even get to making the good contract, we are we're gonna go ahead and get in the progress bar so that that's out of the way, and we'll also get in our toast. We're getting our toast. Should at least be able to get the failure one to come up, right? Cancel. We're getting our toast messages so that we can know when things are successful or not, and the user will ever know. So we'll do that in the next video. So I will see you then.